Deep in the heart of the Himalayas, in the shadowed mountains of Nepal, rises a peak that many climbers fear more than death itself, Annapurna 1. 8,091 meters above sea level. The 10th highest mountain on Earth, and for decades, the deadliest. Before modern equipment, before satellite forecasts, before rescue helicopters and advanced climbing technology, Annapurna was considered almost impossible to survive. Its slopes were unstable, its weather changed within minutes, and the mountain became infamous for avalanches powerful enough to erase entire expeditions. Among mountaineers, one sentence was whispered again and again: "Everest lets you climb. Annapurna decides whether you live." The name Annapurna comes from the Sanskrit language. It means goddess of abundance. But there is nothing generous about this mountain. Towering ice walls hang above narrow climbing routes like frozen death traps. The air contains only a fraction of the oxygen humans need to survive. At extreme altitude, the body slowly begins to die. Thoughts become confused, muscles weaken, hallucinations begin. Even experienced climbers can suddenly collapse without warning. And yet people continue to come here, not because it is safe, but because it is legendary. In 1950, the world became obsessed with conquering the highest mountains on Earth. At the time, no human had ever successfully climbed an 8,000-meter peak. That changed when a French expedition led by Maurice Herzog and Louis Lacanal entered the Annapurna region. The expedition carried primitive gear by modern standards: heavy wool clothing, basic ropes, crude oxygen systems. No GPS, no detailed maps, no guarantee they would ever return. As the team climbed higher, the mountain revealed its true nature. Avalanches thundered down the slopes around them. Hidden crevasses waited beneath fresh snow. The cold became so intense that exposed skin froze within seconds. But after weeks of suffering, Herzog and Lacanal reached the summit of Annapurna on June 3, 1950. Humanity had touched the top of an 8,000er for the first time in history. It should have been a triumphant moment. Instead, it became a nightmare. During the descent, the climbers became trapped in brutal storms. Their gloves froze solid. Their vision faded from snow blindness. Their bodies were shutting down from exhaustion and frostbite. Herzog later described the pain as unbearable. The cold had destroyed his hands and feet. Several fingers and toes eventually had to be amputated. The mountain had allowed them to stand on its summit, but it demanded payment on the way down. And that was only the beginning. Over the following decades, Annapurna gained a terrifying reputation unlike almost any mountain on Earth. Statistically, it became far deadlier than Mount Everest or K2. For many years, nearly 1 out of every 3 climbers who reached for Annapurna's summit died trying. Some vanished forever into deep crevasses. Others were swept away by avalanches so massive that no trace of them was ever found. Entire climbing camps disappeared overnight. In 1970, a British expedition attempted a dangerous new route on the south face of Annapurna, a wall of rock and ice so terrifying that many believed it could never be climbed. Against all odds, legendary climber Chris Bonington and his team succeeded, but the victory came with tragedy. During the descent, climber Ian Clough was killed by a falling block of ice. He had survived the impossible ascent, only to die within sight of safety. Again and again, Annapurna proved the same brutal truth. The summit means nothing. The mountain is not finished with you until you leave alive. Perhaps one of the most emotional tragedies happened in 2008. Spanish climber Iñaki Ochoa de Olza became severely ill high on the mountain. Too weak to descend, he was trapped near death in the freezing altitude. What happened next shocked the climbing world. Mountaineers from multiple countries abandoned their own summit attempts to save him. Some risked their lives climbing upward through storms and avalanche zones, carrying medicine, oxygen, and supplies. For days they fought desperately to reach him. The entire world followed the rescue attempt. But Annapurna was stronger. Iñaki died on the mountain before rescuers could bring him down. Many climbers later said the tragedy changed them forever. Because on Annapurna, death does not feel distant. It feels close, constant. Watching from the snow above. Even modern technology has not defeated the mountain. Today, helicopters can fly higher than ever before. Weather forecasts are more accurate. Climbers wear advanced insulated suits and lightweight equipment. Still, Annapurna remains unpredictable. Massive avalanches continue to sweep across the routes. Storms appear without warning, and every year climbers disappear into the mountain's frozen silence. Some bodies still remain there today, buried beneath layers of snow and ice. Others were never recovered at all. And yet, despite everything, people continue to climb. Why would anyone risk this? Some say it is about glory. Others say it is about proving something to themselves. But many climbers describe another feeling entirely. They say Annapurna has a presence, a strange psychological pull, a mountain so beautiful, so terrifying, and so mysterious that once you see it, part of you never truly leaves. At sunrise, the peak glows gold above the clouds. The snow shines like glass. The silence feels almost supernatural. And for a brief moment, the deadliest mountain on Earth looks peaceful. But hidden beneath that beauty is a place that has taken countless lives. A mountain where courage and fear exist side by side, where human ambition collides with the raw power of nature. And somewhere high above the world, beyond the storms and frozen ridges, Annapurna still waits, silent, watching, unforgiving.